Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 23rd, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Got up, got out, got in the hot tub for a little bit, and that right there seems to help get my day started. My body's pretty sore from spending the time up in the cabin, no hot tub, but it's kind of kicking my butt. Probably need to go see a chiropractor, or at least go get like a massage or something to try and loosen some of this up. I'm pretty tight and not enjoying my comfort, I guess is the best way to put it. So a lot of driving that I wasn't used to doing, so a lot of that positioning and whatnot. So sleeping in a strange bed, sitting in a strange chair up on the balcony and stuff up there and whatnot, it just kind of gave my body a little bit of a hard time. So but I did got a few things done, got back in, ended up having a bowl of cereal, which I rarely ever do. I rarely eat breakfast, but I found a new maple flavored raisin brand, and it's freaking delicious. It is so good, and it smells so much like maple. It's crazy. It actually has more smell than it has taste at maple, but it's really good. So that's kind of my new go-to. I'm on my second box of it, which is crazy because I don't easily, aside from Cinnamon Life, is about the only thing I really enjoy for breakfast that I want to eat a full box of it full. Like, I like a Captain Crunch every now and then, but usually by the second bowl, I'm like, God, I gotta eat the rest of this damn box. So it's definitely not my thing, but this stuff is really good. So I got myself a bowl of cereal, which I said is strange for me. I don't usually eat that, but went ahead, chilled out for the morning, got a couple things done around the yard, little things, nothing too much. Got a few things moved around, had a just kind of lazy morning. Checked in with my wife, make sure how she was doing. She was doing decent. Her leg's still hurting her and stuff, but we got an appointment, I think Thursday, for her to see a doctor. So hopefully they'll be able to figure something else out for her then, and we'll be all good to start doing proper medical treatments that she needs to recover and rehabilitate herself back up to as close to full speed as she can get, I guess. So we went ahead and decided I was going to go get my run in before my meet and greet. Had a meet and greet scheduled for 1:30 with a new client, and then I had some dogs getting dropped off about 3. So I wanted to go ahead and get the meet and greet done because Ben's meet and greet went long. And it's that weird, like, do I try and run between the meet and greet and the dog drop off? And I definitely don't like doing like a dog drop off with new dogs. Hello. And went ahead and I don't like getting the dogs situated, especially it's the first time here, so they're not really used to the place. I'm not sure how they're going to behave if I leave, so I don't want to have the owner drop them off and then 20 minutes later or whatever go get my run in, which is really dumb. So wanted to go ahead and be here for that. So I went and got my run in, got back. I thought about taking the bike out for a ride today, the pedal bike, and I didn't. It was just that weird time frame of like, if it wasn't for the meet and greet, would have had all the time in the world, would have been fine, but it is what it is. So went ahead and got my run in. On my run, I ran it by, there's a gentleman, I stopped by his shop every once in a while. He's rebuilding, or I guess I should say rebuilding or building, whichever I want to call it. But there's an old, I think it's a Model T, they're turned into a hot rod or whatever. That was a hot rod years ago. His son's, he's redoing completely, doing all new body panels and fenders and all kinds of cool stuff to it. And stopped by and chatted with him for a little while, and he found a chrome wheel tire off like an old 50s sedan at a swap meet for like $10 that he's going to cut in half and make into 2 front fenders. So it's kind of a strange little design. He goes, worst case scenario, if I don't like it when I get it all cut up, it's $10. Who gives a shit? So like, that's way cheaper. You couldn't have bought the metal for that and bent it, into that shape and even come close to getting into that, position, and then had to have it chromed, or he might blast it and paint it. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, so who knows. But we kind of chatted about that a little bit. He was bending a new bar for the top header. He's putting T-tops in this thing. It's kind of a weird design. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come together, because I'm sure it'll be different when it's all over and done with, but we'll see what it turns out like. So he bought an old rusted out T-top set, some of the carbon knives where he got it out of, that he's converting into this thing. So he got building a die to try and bend the pipe that's going to be part of that front header for the windshield mount. So we chatted for a few minutes. It wasn't there too long. I had to get back to the meet and greet, so I went ahead, finished my run, and got back, got my shower. Got a shower, and I was kind of just hanging around the house there a little bit, and I had told the people to, like I tell everybody, give me a text with your ETA when you're on the way so I can put their dogs up and stuff, which they didn't know I didn't have any of their dogs today, but I kind of do it, especially for the meet and greet. I want to test them to see they're gonna follow directions. Because if I have a house full of dogs and somebody just rolls up and rings the doorbell, then all the dogs start barking and stuff. It becomes a pain in the butt. So kind of use this as a test run to see if I want to work with these people or if they want to, if I want to watch their dogs, kind of thing. So went ahead and said hell with it. Got that done, and then sitting around, didn't get a message. It was like 20 minutes before they were supposed to be here. I was like, they said they were going to text me, so I don't know why they wouldn't be able to figure that out, kind of thing. And I look up, and it's way early. They're in my driveway. They come walking up the house, like almost like they were trying to catch me in something. Had that little bit of that weird, well, we're not going to tell you we're coming because you'll just, blah, blah, blah type shit. Almost like an OSHA type feeling. And I was like, okay, whatever. So they came up, and they were like trying to not really look in the window per se, but they had that where they were trying to figure out what's going on in the house. The curtains were open, so they weren't peering in it, but they were definitely there. So I came out, made sure who they were, asked them who they even were, because they were way early. I didn't get a text. She goes, oh yeah, we decided not to text. And I'm like, well, that right there is a first strike against you, because I'm choosing I'm going to work with you, not the other way around here, kind of thing. So my reputation already speaks for itself. I got plenty of reviews and stuff. So they went and got the dog out of the car, and it's like an old 15-year-old thing, little thing. No leash, no nothing. Put him on the ground. He starts walking around the yard a little bit. Doesn't do a lot, but he's just kind of sniffing stuff. And then he wouldn't come to him. He goes, yeah, he's really skittish and really standoffish around people and stuff, and da-da-da. I'm like, again, another red flag. And then it said on the application, friendly with dogs and great with everybody. And I'm like, well, there's another, you're lying to me. You fill out information that's not true. If you tell me in person, it's different. And then I started asking about how he is with other dogs. Oh, he's really good and stuff. Unless the other dogs get too close to him, then he'll get all grumpy and stuff, and he'll start showing his teeth, and he'll bite at them, but he never really done any damage. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm not really right. Your dog biting somebody else at 15. He's old and he's small. But if he attacks one of the dogs and they get lashed back, and your dog gets hurt. The dog's got bandages on both back legs and stuff. I guess he's got eye issues. He's got to have drops put in it, or take him to the vet to get this looked at. And while they're holding him there, we were heading inside, found another lump on another front leg. They're going to have the vet looked at. And I was like, oh my God. They're telling me how I got to clean the eyes out multiple times a day and put this ointment in it, which I don't know if you're really familiar, but when you're trying to put ointment in a dog's eyes, it's not the easiest thing. And they were looking at the front leg, and she's like, oh, you got to hold him. He'll bite you. And I'm like, so you're telling me that your dog will bite you while you're just messing with his front feet? But you want me, who doesn't know this dog at all, who's, by the way, scared of strangers, you want me to wipe its eyes and take a Q-tip and clean gunk out its eyes with ointment in its eyes a couple times a day? I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? So he came inside, I carried him in, put him down, and he goes, oh, he'll probably mark on stuff. And I go, what? And he goes, oh, he's probably in a new house, he'll probably mark on a bunch of stuff. And I go, well, how about we go outside then? So I take him out in the backyard, which I should have taken him straight back out to the front yard and said hell with it. But I was trying to make this work. I'm like, I can figure it out. Hopefully my thought is, especially old dogs, they go in the backyard, they can pee on a bunch of stuff. There's no other dogs here, thank goodness. So I don't have to worry about other dogs interacting with him at this moment. And depending on what days he had stayed, I don't have other dogs. I kind of keep him separated out if he's being extra grumpy, kind of thing. But I'm still getting benefit of the doubt. We get outside, and they're walking the other dog out there and stuff. He goes and pees on a few things here and there. And they're talking, it's just, the husband is following this dog, and this dog's, 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And these people are probably, I don't know, late 60s. And the husband is following this dog around, won't get more than 3 feet from it, all around the yard. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, oh yeah, he's just obsessed with the dog. He's very obsessed. The dog is everything to him. And I'm like, another red flag. I don't need anybody that's got that kind of attachment disorder to your dog that you're going to be expecting 10 text messages and videos a day type shit. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I was finally seeing stuff, and I'm like, okay, we can go ahead and go now. We'll get the hell. So we headed out, and we were talking about whatnot, and then they started complaining about the price. Well, since he's so small, I'm not sure what fees are and stuff, what you charge. I'm like, well, it was on the app. You saw it. It was on the listing. It told you the final price with fees and everything on there. Well, yeah, but I was thinking since he was so small, I was thinking you could give us a discount. By the way, they pull up in a $100,000 Mercedes, which, hey, do whatever you want to do. Not a problem there. But you're affording to take this long, elaborate vacation that you're taking that also you can afford. And where you told me you lived, it's a very wealthy neighborhood over on the beach, so you clearly can afford my price I charge. And if you can't afford me, then don't waste my damn time with this meet and greet. But you're telling me you got a dog who's going to piss all over my house, going to be aggressive towards other dogs, and I got to put ointment in its eyes and clean its eyes out 3 times a day and work on putting new bandages on its feet, or it'll bite you even, let alone me. In doing so, and you want me to give you a discount? And I said, yeah. And it's about, I don't know if you can change your rates or not. I said, I 100% change my rates to anything I want to. And he goes, oh, so you could lower it because it's smaller? And I said, absolutely I could. I will not and would not. If anything, I'm going to charge you more because this seems like that dog's going to be a pain in my ass. And the guy kind of looked at me and stuff, and we got in their car and they left, and I went back in and blocked them on the app because I don't need to deal with you people. Like, no, go away. Just go away. I'm not having this. So that was an interesting, 40 minutes of my life, 30 minutes of my life. It was just the only reason I waited that long. I had no other dogs, here. Didn't have to worry about it. And I had until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock when their dog was getting dropped off. So that owner, after they left, they were kind of put out because their dog was the most precious thing in the world. And I should pay them to watch it and take care of it and wipe its ass and clean its eyes and get bit by it. But not how I'm doing it. And I'm like, you don't think it goes by size? And they're also like, well, do you have other dogs here? And I'm like, almost always. The only reason I don't have any right now is I just got back from vacation, and I had some yesterday. I'll have more today. They just haven't got here. So today is my first booking. I was accepting dogs back, and I'll have dogs today. They're like, oh well, we're going to have so you want to pay me less, and you want me to turn down other clients. So you want me to take my 3 to 5 dog average and turn it to 1, then take half of that price? No, piss off. So I'm making 1/10 of what I would make normally. No, go away. So they left. I kind of got them out, got the house all shut back up. Then hung around waiting for the new dogs to show up. The owner showed up with them, forgot their beds, and he texted me, said, I forgot the beds. I'm like, don't worry about it. They're good. They're fine. I got extra dog beds around here. If they want it, they're probably not going to be a big deal. 2 big dumb golden retrievers, and oh, they're so funny. They just want to show you all their toys. I'm like, these are my toys. You picked up my toys and bring them to me. Like, you didn't, I know it's new to you, but I've seen them. I've had all this stuff. We had a good laugh. Went outside, hung out there while the dogs sniff everything and play out there in the yard and chase each other around a little bit. And wife got home from work. I also, earlier in the day, I had vacuum sealed up some pork chops. We had 4 giant thick cut pork chops. Like, I don't recall having that thick a pork chop in probably a decade from any store to get custom cut, where I'm telling them how thick I want it. These things are 1.5 inches, maybe. Like, these things are thick as hell. And cooking a big thick pork chop like that can be a pain in the butt. Do not overcook the outside to get the inside cooked. So I went ahead and vacuum sealed them up, chucked them in the sous vide, and let them cook for like 7 hours, 6.5 hours probably, at medium rare temperature, because I wanted medium rare pork chops. That's why I like my pork. So I went ahead, sous vide them up to that temperature, get the temp all the way through, and then when wife got home from work, went ahead and melted up some butter, a big saute pan. These pork chops are so big I can only fit 2 at a time. That's how big they're massive. My biggest skillet I had only fit 2 at a time. And I browned them all up real nice and good. Heated up some baked potatoes in the microwave, because I can't tell the difference between a microwave baked potato and a real baked potato out of the oven, and it's a lot cheaper to run electricity, a lot quicker. So but I had to do it through a few times because the one was so big it was having trouble cooking the way through. So ended up cutting it in half and then finishing it off in the microwave to get it edible all the way through. It was hot, but it just still had that crispy, like that raw potato feel. Did some basically knocked that out, and so I basically buttered it up, salt and peppered it, and put some sour cream on it and the pork chop, and we were good to go. No real vegetable, no applesauce. A lot of times with applesauce with pork chop, but I didn't tonight. Watched another episode of Blown Away Christmas edition, because we ran out of Wentworth to watch, so I had to find something real quick, so we put that on, and it's a good little show. Watched it. They got the dogs fed. They ate real good, and then they're a little bit food aggressive, like not really aggressive, food inquisitive, I guess is the best way to put it. They're always trying to sniff your food and get to your plate and stuff, so I had to kind of keep an eye on them pretty close. Got done with that, headed back outside, enjoyed the beautiful evening out. Absolutely gorgeous weather, so stunning outside. Had a nice cigar, hung out with the puppies, and then headed back in, and Karen said she'd watch a little something with me and stuff, but not a short something, so we put something on, and the dogs came in. They did really good. They laid around the floor for a little while, and then ended up one of them in the bed, one of the dog beds there on the floor. That one just laid on the floor with me and went to sleep pretty quickly. They were a little bit restless, but I mean, splendid. Absolutely. I don't want Goldens. They're not my breed of dog I want, but these dogs are splendid. I'd watch them anytime for as long as people need. They did really, really well. So kind of a nice thing when you have such a bad experience with the meet and greet, to have it go so wonderful when after that with the actual new dog that I'd met before but hadn't actually watched. So kind of offset itself. But yep, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.